Essentially, every automaker has some sort of infotainment system, whether it be Audi's MMI or Mercedes-Benz Command or the BMW iDrive. Now, they always approach different ways of going about that. Usually there's some sort of big screen, some of them are touch screens, some are not. Some will have some sort of physical input method. Audi, BMW, and Mercedes all have some sort of rotating wheel. The Lexus has that obnoxious, horrible little mouse thingy that just is terrible. Ford uses a touchscreen. Cadillac and GM, they have a touchscreen. Now, these are pretty critical as cars get more and more technological features. You need some sort of system to control it. Otherwise, you'll end up with something like a Porsche that has probably like 57 different buttons all over the interior, and it's confusing as hell. These systems have been around for a while. Now, BMW was one of the first ones to come out with one, the iDrive. It debuted in 2001 on the 7 Series. So it's been around for about 15 years now, and they've continued to improve it and make it better and better. A while back, whenever these systems first launched, that was kind of garbage. Well, I have a 2015 BMW i8 with one of the latest iDrive systems, and in this video I just want to do a little walkthrough, not of every single little in-depth detail of how iDrive works, but more of a general overview and a few of the really cool features that I've found through owning this car the amount of time I've had using iDrive. Now, pretty much every single time you're in the car, you are going to interact with iDrive. You're going to go listen to music or pull up navigation or just check anything of your car. Everything is controlled within this system. Here you have the controller for iDrive. Now the center knob here rotates back and forth. It'll go up, down, left, right, and also pushes down. Above it you have these 5 buttons here. The menu button takes you back to the home menu. Media is a shortcut directly to your media menu, so Bluetooth essentially. Radio takes you to the radio stations. Telephone when you have your phone hooked up. And this shortcut here takes you straight to the navigation menu. Below you have the back button, option button here. They can take you essentially back one screen, or it brings up options for whatever category you are in. To be 100% honest, I rarely ever use those because I simply just use the controller and go back up whatever to go between the sub-menus. There's a lot of redundancy with the system where you have multiple ways to get through the entire nested folders with different input methods. So right now I have iDrive pulled up to the main menu. Now it's this cool blue color scheme, and it shows you pretty much every subcategory. You have obviously your multimedia, the radio, when you have your phone hooked up, there's navigation, and vehicle information and settings. Those are some of the important ones. Multimedia is pretty self-explanatory. You have radio, if you have an iPod hooked up, all that type of stuff. Another really cool part of the iDrive knob is that this center area here is actually touch sensitive. So when you're trying to input information into the nav screen, you can simply go to navigation here, enter address, and house number. You can manually scroll through these numbers. You can use voice command, which doesn't always work very well because there have been times where I've tried to use voice command and I say I want to go to somewhere in Michigan, and it like listens, processes, and then gives me an address somewhere in Hawaii. I'm just like, that's not correct at all. But if you observe here, so I take the thing, I want to say, let's just say we're going to 4 0 1. So then it actually draws them up there. So I hit OK. Now it's going to allow me to put in street names. So back to the touchpad here, you go T H O. And also you'll notice that as I'm typing stuff in, it will start narrowing down the options available to me. So now if I type the letter Q, it won't give me that option. Gives you suggestions on the right side, so I don't need to really type the whole thing. So let's go. I'm going to Thompson Street. P. And then I could keep scrolling. Now I have S. Now Thompson. Now you go over to the right, and now it gives you all the possible Thompsons available in Michigan. Now this can get a little bit annoying because sometimes if someone gives me an address, it's just Thompson. I don't know if it's road south, road west. Like, what are some of these options? But Thompson Street. It's going to be, I can type in the city/postal code. Oh, I could go over and there's all the city options. It's in Ann Arbor. There's the thing, start guidance. And here we go. Let's see, do I have split screen on right now? Here's another
Follow the arrow on the display.
Okay,
When leaving, turn right.
Okay. All right, so now I have the little map on the left, I've got information on the right. I think I have split screen on right now, yes. So here's another really cool feature for the iDrive system. I have split screen, I can turn that off, so now it's showing all navigation, that's the entire thing. If I go to media, radio, whatever, let's see, menu, back home, go shortcut to media. So now it's all this, but if I go back, hit option, turn split screen on, it will always have the nav information showing on the right hand side. So no matter what I'm looking at, if I go to media, if I go to radio, if I go to even nav, that's kind of redundant, but it'll always have that on the right side. The buttons below here is probably one of my favorite parts of iDrive. So I originally thought they were going to be presets for the radio, but in reality, what they are these like shortcut buttons for anything I want. So if you look at the top of iDrive, I'm just sliding my finger along here, it'll tell me the thing. So I currently only have 3 stored because I haven't had the car for long enough to put everything in there. But right now 2 is an address, 3 is a radio station, and essentially anywhere you're along the menu setup, all you do is you hold one of these buttons and it will store that specific part of iDrive onto this button. So as soon as I click 2, it takes me to the address that I stored right there. If I click 3, it takes me directly to the BPM Sirius radio station that I have saved. Some cool parts of so this thing has Sirius, and I can go to this thing called favorites. You go into favorites, active favorites, and let's just say there's a song on in the radio that I really like, and I want to save it, so every single time that that song comes on, it notifies me. So I essentially add that song or that artist to my favorites list, and every single time that that song is on, it will give me a little warning saying, hey, one of your favorites is active right now, go listen to it. So you go find the song on the right channel and it plays, which was really cool. A couple other cool parts of iDrive. Sorry for the glare on the screens. I just can't seem to find a place where there's no glare on the screen. Go down to vehicle info and vehicle status. So to tell me your PSI for all the tires, those are a little high. I think I might want to drop those down. Engine oil level, the if you need a service or not. Here's check control. Essentially gives you warnings if there's anything wrong with your car. If right now all systems okay. If you have low fuel, it actually give you a warning. Anything more serious, with the check engine light, it'll say something in there. If we go back again, now I can just click left to go back. Trip computer gives me all the consumption data, my speed, how long I've been driving on this trip. I can cancel my nav. Stop. Okay, go back to the main menu. Again, as you can tell, like, this is such an intuitive, simple system. Everything is just nested within there. The interface is great. The input control. I love using this iDrive knob. I mean, it's large enough, positioned in a perfect place where I can use it without having to look down. The buttons are easy to reach. I can, without looking down, immediately click over to nav and it pulls up the screen for me. I can click on media, go listen to my music. The system, I mean, I think it's better than the Audi and the Mercedes does. I like Mercedes a lot too. Not a huge fan of the Audi system, but BMW has done an excellent job with this. The newest generation of BMW iDrive now with gesture control on the new 7 Series. You can like wave your hand up and about and it will change the radio station, all sorts of things like that. They're coming out with touchscreens for it. Apple CarPlay will be available on BMW iDrives coming very soon. That is another gripe. If you have an Android, iDrive doesn't love Android at all. It was developed essentially to support iPhones. There's actually a little dock in here that's like iPhone friendly. You dock your iPhone and it has everything synced perfectly. A lot of times with my Android, Bluetooth will get cut in and out. Usually I just turn it off, turn it back on. The annoying thing is that one of the BMW geniuses at a different dealership posted that his customer came in with complaints about iDrive cutting off with his phone, and he had an Android, and the only real solution was to get a new phone and get an iPhone, because that's just what the native system is most optimized for, which is kind of a stupid thing, because if I got a really nice car, a nice BMW, you don't want to tell me that, hey, it's not working properly because your phone is wrong and you need to get a new phone. It's not a huge deal for me. Sometimes it gets a little annoying. I fix it and it works fine. Overall, though, really don't have that many complaints of iDrive. It's a great system, really easy to use, and I really wish every single car maker could make their infotainment systems that good. hope you guys liked this video. Hope you found it informative. If you have any iDrive questions, if you have a BMW, you're looking into a BMW, comment below. Try my best to answer. See, I mean, a lot of this stuff I figured out on my own. I'm pretty good at technology, not a genius tech guy or something, but I could figure out most everything. Had my genius appointment with my BMW dealership, and he actually showed me a few things about the system that I did not figure out on my own. I didn't read every single page in the manual, obviously, so don't know every single little aspect of it. But yeah, it's a cool system. Every car is different. Every car maker goes about it in their own way. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse our channel and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you next video.